Good morning, everybody. I think we're ready to get started, and thank everybody for being here. Well, good morning. I am Greg Morris, and I am the Executive Director of Milan Park and the President and CEO of Pace Enterprises. I want to thank everybody for being here today and the nice crowd we have here for an exciting announcement that brings together 9 public entities to form a community partnership that is truly unique to the city, to the county, to the region, to the state, and we think maybe unique to anywhere in the country. Before I get too far along, I know we have a number of elected officials here today, and we're going to try to recognize everybody that we can, but I would at first like our elected officials to stand, if you would, this morning. Thank you for being here. So before I get too far ahead of the announcement that's going to be coming, I wanted to step back just for a moment and remind everybody that Milan Park was conceived and funded through the generosity of the late Mike Pushkar and J.W. and Hazel Ruby McQuain. Their generosity allowed us to acquire the 350 acres that has now become the campus of Milan Park, upon which we built sports fields and infrastructure for conventions, trade shows, charitable events of many kinds, and as well as a number of fairs and festivals. We estimate that nearly 200,000 people attend events at Milan Park annually, and they come from all over the United States and other parts of the world to enjoy our West Virginia hospitality. In addition to that, there are over 2,000 people that come to Milan Park on a daily basis to attend school or to go to work or just to go work out. If you aren't aware, Milan Park is the home of 2 schools, the Mon County School Transportation Center, the Pro Performance Complex, and a number of community nonprofits, including Pace Enterprises, Stepping Stones, Operation Welcome Home, as well as other small charitable organizations. So from 5 o'clock in the morning until late at night, Pro Performance opens up at 5, and we have athletes here until late in the evening. There's sports activities and wellness activities going on here at the park all day long, and those include WVU sports, WVU club sports, the Mon County school teams, as well as independent sports leagues. But I also want to especially thank the Milan Park Board and our executive committee, whose members have been working very hard for a number of months behind the scenes to bring the agreement that we're going to sign today to fruition. And if I could, again, just for a moment, I know we have a few members of the Milan Park Board and Executive Committee, but I see Frank Vitale, I see you here, and Todd, if you could just stand up for a minute too. I want to say thank you for the work you've done. So, and today, with the help of many people in this room, this announcement is really going to take Milan Park to a greater level, to the next level. That's what today is about. So while we have a lot of work ahead of us, we're here to announce a collaboration agreement between the various entities to work toward the planning and building of a community recreation center that will be used by West Virginia University, our public schools, the community, and visitors to our area for many years to come. So to tell you a little bit more about this community facility, I'd like to invite Todd Eccles, who's a member of the Milan Park Board and its executive committee, to come on up.
Thank you, Greg. As a parent of 2 competitive athletes, I can't tell you how excited I am for them and for all the children in this community. There's no competitive track for our athletes to train and compete in this county. There's also no 50-meter competition swimming pool in the state of West Virginia. This facility, to be known as the Mountaineer Aquatic and Track Center, is truly going to be a showstopper. And I want to give a shout out to Oliver Luck, WVU's former athletic director, for planting the seed for this the ad hoc committee that put this plan together, and all the partners who jumped aboard and said, yes, let's do this. I can guarantee you that the collaborating of WVU, the Board of Education, the County Commission, and all the entities represented here today, we're going to build this complex the right way. There will be a 9-lane, 4,000-meter track complex with seating for 1,000 spectators. We also plan to have a jogging loop and sand volleyball courts around with a walking trail around the entire site. The Aquatic Center will be approximately 75,000 square foot building with a 50-meter competition pool, which is 8 lanes, 9 feet wide, with seating for 1,000. We also plan to have a diving pool and tower, a warming pool, a therapeutic pool, a family water park, an outdoor sun deck, 2 wet classrooms, a cardio fitness room, training space and locker rooms, and multi-purpose rooms for meetings and special occasions. Funding for this Milan Park complex, expected to be around $25 to $30 million, will come from rental agreements with WVU, as well as other community and outside groups that will use this facility. So with that said, let me introduce WVU's Director of Athletics, Shane Lyons, to speak about university's involvement in this community endeavor.
Good morning. Thank you, Todd and Greg, for your comments. And it's truly a pleasure and really exciting to be part of this project that we're calling the Milan Park Mountaineer Aquatics Track Center. As you can see from the architectural renderings around the room, that, and Greg and Todd had talked about, that this is a community-wide collaboration among a lot of different entities in our community. Just to name them, and I've been involved over my years with a lot of different collaborations, but it's usually 1, 2, or 3. In this case, we bring together West Virginia University, Monongalia County Commission, the town of Granville, the town of Star City, the city of Westover, the city of Morgantown, the Greater Morgantown Convention and Visitors Bureau, the Board of Education, Milan Park Foundation, all come together to develop this recreation and high-level training in aquatics and track facility that will serve not only for the university's competitive swim and track teams, but also will be a future venue for our public schools to meet, for meets and competition in this county, state, and region. My hope as athletic director here at West Virginia is that we can also bring NCAA and Big 12 championships in swimming and cross country and track to the Morgantown area in the coming years as well. Not only will this be used by our university and athletic department, but I have a great feeling that other area colleges, other club teams, other competitive entities will also use these great facilities that we are collaborating together to build. What is so exciting about this project, in addition to the competitive aspect, is it's also for our area citizens to be able to use the facility for family and recreational time together. It's for our senior citizens who will be another segment of the population that will benefit from these world-class facilities. Our youngsters, which we have a lot of them with us today, they can use it for swimming lessons, summer activities. By looking at this, that looks like a lot of fun for those youngsters out there, and they're all nodding their head yes. That's what this is all about. This is not just a competitive aspect. This is a community project that we're very proud of that brings all the entities together and all of our citizens together, from families, children, and our senior citizens, to be able to be involved in this community project. This facility will truly improve the quality of life in our county, in our state, and that's very important to all of us. And I can assure you that West Virginia University is all in when we talk about this project and to bring it home and make it a reality. As West Virginia University, we already have a strong annual financial commitment to Milan Park facilities, and this collaboration will enhance that financial base even more. In closing, before I step away, I do want to recognize our women's and track cross-country coach, Sean Cleary, that was in the back of the room there. I know he's truly excited about what this track and cross-country venue will bring to our own athletes in the recruiting process and to the community. In addition, Coach Vic Riggs is also our head swimming coach and what this brings to his team and from a competitive standpoint. There's some other assistant coaches here from swimming and diving is Damian Dennis and our diving coach Michael Greitner. If those two in the back of the room, thank you all for being here as well. But most importantly for me, it's that some of our WVU student athletes. This is a long time coming for our athletes who grew up here in the Morgantown area community and trained at some of the current Milan Park facilities. So if you guys would stand and give a quick wave as well, is Morgan Inter, she's there, Morgan, Lindsay Schmidt, who's a diver, Nate Carr, Andrew Marsh, Alex Obendorf, who's also a diver, Jake Idawa is here, Bryce Bowman, who's a former All-American swimmer, is here. And last but not least, I saw him come in, Kevin Gilson, our former swim coach for a number of great years. Kevin, welcome. For our athletes, to say that these young men and women are excited to train and compete in a 50-meter competition pool and diving well and a 9-lane, 4,000-meter track with all the bells and whistles is truly a dream come true. I know that when they walk around this room and see these renderings, what that means to them, and to be able to train and compete in a high-class facility is something that's it's coming to a reality with the collaboration of all of us in this room. And now to give the county's perspective on this facility, I'd like to welcome Tom Bloom.
My name is Tom Bloom. I'm one of 3 county commissioners. I'm also honored to have Ed Hawkins here and Eldon Callan. We're ecstatic because we are honored to stand before you today, not only representing the county commission, but the town of Granville, the town of Star City, the city of Westover, the city of Morgantown, all represented today by their respective mayors and council members, to develop a collaborative agreement with the university, with the Board of Education, with the Milan Park Foundation, and the county's Convention and Visitors Bureau, to design and build the premier aquatic and track complex in the country. And it certainly will be when it is completed. I also see in the audience several senators, state senators, delegates, and representatives from Senator Manchin's office. We really appreciate you being here today. So let's imagine for a moment, on the same day a county-wide high school track and field competition is happening, WVU would be able to have a swim team competition. At another venue, we're teaching every Monongalia County student how to swim before they graduate or to become involved in after-school programs. Or how about this? We open the facility to adult swims, community events like Relay of Life, or offer first responders and law enforcement officials the use of these facilities for training. Let me really think out of the box. Milan Park could develop a recreational village and host the regional or national Special Olympics programs here. Thank you. To recap how we got here, this project has been in the discussion stages for about a year. The idea originated from city, county, municipal meetings with university officials on trying to meet our community's recreational needs. And I want to preface that, the community's recreational needs. We then appointed a small subgroup to explore it, and from there, the project started to take shape. The possibilities are endless, and the County Commission is also all in on designing and constructing the facility for a late fall 2017 opening. I see this project very similar to our Monongalia County ballpark, which was also a collaborative effort and is now the premier facility of its kind in our state and in our country. So as you can see, this has become truly a dream come true, a field of dreams of sorts, but with the added component of water and track. I also want to recognize at this time the College of Business and Economics Brick Street Center for Innovation and Entrepreneurship for their assistance in helping us with this planning. That class and professor are here today. Could you please stand, Steve Cutrate? Thank you. We could not have done it without your help and guidance. It's most appreciative. So at this time, to give you an idea of the aquatic and track complex impact on the community in terms of visitors and economic activity, I'll turn this program over to Peggy Myers-Smith, President of the West Virginia Association of Convention and Visitors Bureaus and Tourism Commission with the West Virginia Tourism Commission.
Thank you, Commissioner Bloom. I appreciate your comments, and thank you all for coming out here today for this wonderful day for us to celebrate this collaborative opportunity that we have that we're recognizing here today. And before I start, I certainly would like to recognize the Board of Directors from the Greater Morgantown Convention and Visitors Bureau who are here with us today. I would ask you to stand. Our chair, Tara Curtis, as well as other community representatives and board members from the Greater Morgantown CVB. Would you stand and be recognized for your support? In addition to CVB board here today, I also have one of my fellow West Virginia Tourism Commission commissioners, Kelly Palmer. Kelly, thanks for joining us today. The Greater Morgantown Convention and Visitors Bureau is excited to be part of this collaboration between our county, municipalities, and WVU to help create this new aquatic and track center. Our mission as a CVB is to market and promote the Greater Morgantown area, to encourage visitors, business travelers, motor coach groups, sports fans, and event participants to visit, stay overnight at our lodging properties, and spend money while they're here in Morgantown. Every visitor staying overnight in our hotels contributes to our local economy through a hotel-motel tax. In Greater Morgantown, tourism is economic development. It's jobs, it's taxes, it's growth, income, and quality of life. Tourist and visitor spending in the Greater Morgantown area impacts jobs created, workers' paychecks, state taxes, and local taxes. Quality of life events and facilities enhances not only the local residents' lifestyles, but also helps in the recruitment of new businesses to an area where employees and their families can benefit from local services. The new Aquatic and Track Center will provide significant new opportunities to host regional, state, and national tournaments and events related to WVU and the Big 12. In addition to the participants, tournaments bring families and fans to stay in hotels, to shop at our retail establishments, to eat in our restaurants, to fuel their cars, and to bring significant income to our area. Recently, an independent national travel research organization, Randall Travel, evaluated our specific area here of Greater Morgantown and identified that a visitor to the Greater Morgantown area spends an average of $208 a day when they're in our area. Someone who is not staying overnight, a day tripper as we call them, spends at least $80 a day. This new aquatic and track center, as we've heard, will provide the capability of 3 major events to occur simultaneously from competitive tournaments to community activities at the same time. The 1,000 parking spaces on the site will accommodate multiple activities occurring at one time. This has the potential for producing tens of thousands of visitors and millions of dollars in economic impact in the greater Morgantown area. Not only will this new center provide opportunities through Big 12 tournaments, but area schools and state tournaments, Special Olympics events, but it will also provide a venue to local nonprofits, events, and community resident activities also. With each tournament and activity, there's an opportunity to show each visitor to the greater Morgantown area what we here already know, that this truly is almost heaven. And we know once they visit, they will come back. So we are so pleased to be part of this collaborative opportunity from the Convention and Visitors Bureau, and I appreciate the opportunity to share our thoughts with you. And I'd like to turn the podium over to Mon County School Superintendent Frank Devano.
Thank you, Peggy. Will you allow me a little bit of a liberty, please, to introduce Mrs. Brown's 5th grade class? If they'll be kind enough to stand for us, please. We certainly want to acknowledge them. Thank you for being here. Thank you. Yes, they're learning the Common Core by being here. That's the important part. But I want to acknowledge them, obviously, because I'm happy that so many parents and students and coaches are in the room today. It's because of you and everybody that cares in relationship to the ones that you do that we are truly going to benefit from these facilities. We've been making investments in our schools in the Monongalia County for the past several years, but they don't always come equipped with the type of resources that we need for our sports teams to practice and to compete. Having a venue like the one that we're operating with this particular project with the aquatic and track complex that we can collectively share is going to be amazing. I see our coaches from our area high schools for both swimming as well as our ADs as in track and field, if they can stand too, and please let us acknowledge you for all the hard work that you do, please. I agree with Peggy. You surely have died and gone to heaven in relationship to something like this. This is great. But I can envision this public school system collaborating with others on a wellness program as well. So on behalf of the Mon County Schools, I want to thank all the partners. I want to thank you for your foresight. I want to thank you for your planning this wonderful facility that's going to be enjoyed by not only us today, but by future generations. Thank you so much, because this could not have happened without you. And now we'll turn the podium back over to Greg, please.
Okay, well, I think we actually came here for a purpose today. So in closing, we are going to sign this collaboration agreement that we think is going to greatly enhance the quality of life for everyone in this community and our state. So in order to make this a reality and get the ball rolling, the real work of building what's going to be a spectacular aquatic and track center for everyone to enjoy for years to come, we're going to gather right over here to sign the agreement. I invite everybody over to the table. We're going to sign that agreement. So thank you all for coming. I think there are going to be some of us that are going to be able to take some questions on the side after we do the signing, and just a little bit of informational directions. If there's anybody that would actually like to go up and take a look at the site, if you come into the main entrance, drive down to the fork in the road, there are some signs that say future site. So it is not within walking distance, but if anybody does want to venture out there, you're welcome to take a look. So anyway, thank you for coming, and let's come over and sign the agreement.